So you've created a fantastic, unboring video, but on its own, it's not enough, even on a platform like YouTube.
I know, it's unbelievable, isn't it, that it's not enough just to make a great video. There are 3 other super important things we're going to talk to you about today. 1 being versioning, 2 being the content, written content that hangs around your video that really makes it perform, and 3 being the ubiquitous QR codes.
Ubiquitous means they are found everywhere at the same time.
Thank you, I didn't know what that meant either. First step, versioning. So what we mean when we're talking about versioning is you might have a 1-minute film or a 4-minute film, but you can cut that up into all different ways, all different shapes and sizes for all the different social platforms and everywhere that you want to put the video.
And you would be crazy not to, because the effort and cost to version your video is so minimal compared to what you get out of doing that.
So any editor will be able to do this. You can even get someone on Upwork. You might grab a 15-second grab, which is a really fantastic quote that someone said, and then you put it across, Instagram, Twitter, wherever, your audience is at.
Yeah, you don't want to publish to just a single platform. You want to publish to all the platforms that are relevant to your audience and where they're consuming. So you might have a longer version for your website. You might have a more tailored version for LinkedIn. You might have something for YouTube that's different from your social media platforms that might need to be shorter and punchier. So you're going to end up with a lot of content, and that's what we want. Lots of content keeps you in mind and keeps that all-important repetition going around your communications.
Yeah, so it's taking that one thing and making it into many, many different things, so you're, getting the biggest bang for your buck as well, which is awesome.
So the second thing we wanted to talk to you guys about today was the content that you wrap around your video that is not a video, but all important to how well it gets seen.
Yeah, and the written content, I think the first thing you've got to do the research on is your title. Because if you don't have a title that engages people and makes them want to click straight away, you've already lost them. So the title needs to also be something searchable. What are people searching for on YouTube or wherever you're putting your video? Because if it's not going to come up in search, people are not going to find your video.
Yeah, so YouTube's a great way, just to check, is to type in a whole bunch of stuff into YouTube search and see if it's actually coming up with results, which starts giving you a sense of whether there's a volume of interest against that particular key phrase. There are also other tools, aren't there?
Yeah, I recently discovered one which is fantastic called vidIQ, and we're not affiliated, but it's like a plugin, and it just tells you all this data around YouTube and what you're searching and how useful that is as a search term, which really helps you to create a really good title.
Absolutely. So we've talked about versioning, so you're going to end up with a suite of content now, and that's going to be brilliant content. But you need to go a little bit further, do your homework, and then add the all-important titles and descriptions, and the different platforms are going to offer you different tags and options in terms of what you can write in there to make your video more visible, and it is absolutely essential that you do this, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And because you want your video to be found. I mean, you put all this work into creating it, you want it to be found. And the written content, even just adding the search terms and keywords into your description as well can really help. So there's so many ways that you can optimize your video that aren't the actual video itself.
That's right. And if you publish it naked without all of that content, sadly, no one's ever going to see it. So don't do that.
A naked video is a video that isn't optimized with written content, so keep your pants on.
Naked videos. Something I hadn't thought of before. The next thing that we're going to talk to you about is QR codes. They are amazing. They are everywhere. Everyone knows how to use them all of a sudden too, so they're just so useful.
No, I think this was the silver lining of the pandemic, is that something that had a bit of a bad reputation, QR codes, now everyone knows how to use them and link to them quickly from their devices, and that really unleashes the power of video.
You can have your video linked to a QR code and bang, people are watching it right away. Like, you can't be more direct to your audience.
That's right. So if you've got great videos and you're also producing other types of collateral or advertising, for example, print collateral, merchandise, outdoor advertising, almost anything, make sure you got your QR code linking to a video in there, because you're essentially taking an experience that relies on reading to an experience that can be more engaging with your audience watching this amazing video content that you've created.
So there you have it. To recap, the top 3 things that we recommend that you do to get the most out of your video and make sure the most people are seeing your video. The first thing was versioning.
You want to version your great videos so they can be published to every platform. The second thing we talked about today was the written content that goes around your video.
Yeah, so you can really optimise it through your titles and descriptions and really make sure people are able to discover your video.
And the third thing we touched on was QR codes, which means that you can use videos almost everywhere now.
Use it to your advantage. We also created another video not too long ago about how to use your custom thumbnail, so you might find that useful as well.
That goes really well with that written content that we talked about, and making sure that videos aren't naked and that they're getting seen by as many people as possible.